Hello, guys. Welcome to episode five, correct? Episode five of our 3M on a Wednesday, hosted by Kerry Bengals Fantasy Football League. We just finished week four. We have a lot of things to go over, so we'll go straight into it. All right, let me know when you guys can see the screen. Okay.
Yep.
All right. First matchup, it hurts a little versus Barkford Addy, Kirk. I came out with the win. It wasn't looking too good for me, but I had a lot of players playing later, so I know like I could easily catch up to the score. So like basically what happened was like Kirk, his all his players finished at 425, and I had around four or five players playing in Monday night and Sunday night. So I was already like down in projections. I think at the end of the 425 was like around 50-50, but my team ended up coming up with the win. You guys can share your thoughts.
Yeah, you're lucky that the Packers fucking suck at playing the game of defense. So that was and Keyshawn Nixon doesn't want to play cornerback either. So lucky for you there.
Yeah. It almost felt like a cricket game, Kirk, he batted first. He put up a score of 126.8, and my team, they had to go on a chase of a good score. George Pickens, a star, ending up with 33 points, and and my running backs, they just got a job done in on Monday night. So yeah.
Is there anything left on the bench for either team? Or anything that might have made the difference for Kirk?
Uh I don't know. Um Hold on,
Yeah, I would
let
just
me
say
send it
like
away.
even though it's interesting, right? Like
Oh
Kirk,
yeah, Romeo Dobbs.
the biggest weakness for Kirk arguably is uh I know we've said the wide receiver position for you, Rishi wide receiver one, but I mean, does Kirk even have a solid wide receiver two, right? I mean, it's Debo, I think. BTJ, we don't know. And so obviously BTJ maybe had a slightly more redeeming week for those that traded for him. I'm not sure if he gave what you expected, but it wasn't terrible. Jacoby's another guy that everybody keeps telling you to buy low on, and again, he gives another low kind of performance. So, Kirk's team still put up reasonable things. Great to see Scatabo like show off for him, obviously. But I think it's just I think the reason Kirk ultimately lost is he doesn't have firepower in those real spots besides the Saquon.
Yeah. I don't think his team is that good, but we'll go into that later. Um, second match we're going over. Heterophobes Reloaded,
Yeesh.
losing two 3-0 teams before coming into it. Heterophobes Reloaded losing to Chimera versus World, a Moog's team. Moog just dominated from start to finish. He has like voted by our league. He has the best team in the league. He has like just such a great starting lineup. He has the best player in fantasy football right now, in my opinion, in Puka Nacua. Uh, Even he has some players like disappointing, like Justin Herbert only got 12 points. I think that's about it. Kamara, I mean 11 points, but like I think his teammate outscored him. And
Holy
you
cow.
know,
Oh, Nixon with
Joseph just, his team didn't really show up this week, only scoring 99 points. That's the lowest point total he's had this year. You would expect more from Jordan Mason, getting all the workload in a decent matchup against the Steelers, and Lamar just getting hurt is a huge hit to his team moving forward. So yeah, Joseph, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean it was a dud week from my team. Um, poor performances, injuries, those never help a team's performance. But yeah, I mean, but again, I kind of mentioned it during the chat, like during the week as the games were going on, but I was like, dude, if I'm gonna lose a week, like I'm fine with losing to someone dropping 161. Like this is a week like I can live with, getting blown out by X 60.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, next matchup: Indy and DJ. TJ versus Stevenson and White Guys for Alvin. Alvin picking up his first win. Just a nightmare week for TJ, losing his first round pick to a torn ACL. Not a lot of players, showing up, such as Derrick Henry, DJ Moore. DJ Moore hasn't showed up all season. Caleb Williams disappointing. And looking at Alvin's team, Ashton Genty just provides a difference. It was kind of close, but then Ashton Genty just, you know, just won the matchup for him. One thing that we're going to look forward to TJ is Woody Marks, scoring 28 points. He picked him up off the waiver wire, and that could be such a big get for him moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, I think there's questions about my team shape after the trades I made midweek. You know, did I really get better? What did I do? And you know, obviously, I get some injuries this week, and you know, you feel the lack of depth a little. It's like for me, am I concerned about Henry? Not really. You know, no Lamar. So what does that mean? Really, right? Just disappointing week, and that's okay. Obviously, losing Malik right after trading Ameka hurts, but you know, I drafted deep in the wide receiver position. I didn't expect for it to matter in this regard because I had to cover for people, but I still feel good. You know, yeah, DJ's disappointed. I think I saw the other day. I took him one pick before James Cook after already having Malik JSN and I believe Rashid. So, you know, there's things like that which hurt, but if I look at my team, I mean, what do you want, right? You want stud wide receivers. I still think I have that within my bench and my team. I have my running backs is still good. So bad week, even a not great week for Caleb. But the reason I traded Tony Pollard for Caleb is I'm a big Caleb Williams guy. So I'm curious to see what happens. Obviously sucks. Lose to a guy who has underperformed all year, but gets big performances from the right guys. I take it, I live, I move on, you know? I'm
Yeah,
okay.
TJ made two trades, before his matchup. He traded Tony Pollard for Caleb Williams and Emeka for Jalen Warren. So let us know what you guys think about that in the comments. All right. Next matchup, Treyway moving to 0-4, loses to Nangali's Naners. They go to 2-2. Sam putting up the highest score of the week with 164 points. His team just, he's been consistent, but he's had two really good weeks this season, putting up the highest points scored. He has the highest points scored in the league right now. And, his team is obviously really good. He got Emeka from TJ. And he just has a lot of depth now with Jalen Waddle. With a Tyreek injury, Jalen Waddle now moves into a great position. ETN is still doing well. And if you look at
And will
Ravon's
be his
team,
running back with Bucky out. You know, he has that
yeah,
slot.
that is true.
Oh,
Yeah, Buck. Yeah, so he just has a lot of security, a lot of depth. A lot of things that he can do moving forward as well. And if you look at Treyway, it's not looking good for him. Only 73 points scored. He hasn't. I don't think he's equipped. I don't think he scored 400 points this season. I don't even think he's close to 400 points this season. And his team just didn't really show up. AJ Brown, another disappointing score, and bench is not looking good either. Stephon Diggs might be coming into something. Brendan Strange, he's been decent all year. Kendrick Miller is one to watch out for, but this has to be the last place favorite moving forward.
yeah, I'll say one thing. I know we're not really trying to get too much into teams, but I think Rayvon's team or Trey Way's team especially is a real good example of when your team's bad and you have these young guys that can be something, trade them. I think like you look at Trey Benson, had a good week, right? The 10.4 doesn't feel fair, but Amari gets the ball last drive. Unfortunate for him. Even Bill early season, right, has a whole bunch of hype. We still really don't know what Bill is. It's just like when your team is barren of assets, anybody that might be an asset, trade them until we know that they're not. Now, obviously, Benson gets hurt by the injury, but if Benson wasn't even hurt, I would argue his value is lower than what it was before he played, right? Like in these situations, it's unfortunate that he has this happen to him, but yeah, I don't even know if he really had that bad of a week. That's the really, really scary thing, right? Besides the AJ Brown, did his team underperform? Like I can't say it did.
Yeah, I'll be one to look out for sure. All right, next matchup. Jaden Jefferson Jr.'s mom gets to win against Smooth Jazz with Kenny G. Is it Kenny G, right?
Yeah.
Can't really see that. And Carter, he's catching some fire right now, scoring 142. Last week he scored 139. His team is doing well. Marvin Harrison looks like a good pickup. He had a good week. Justin Jefferson's looking back to himself. Michael Pittman's looking like, a good pick, for his ADP, he got a steal. And looking at his bench, Xavier Worthy with that Rashi Rice looks like the wide receiver one in Kansas City. Jane Daniels still hasn't played for him the last couple weeks, and he's been hot. And if you look at Keshuv's team, Keshuv puts up a decent score, for how bad his team is. But that's all credit goes to Kenneth Gainwell. last second start, of course. And maybe he had him in the start line before.
No, sorry, I want to speak. He started him the night before, expecting Jalen Warren to play. That is the state of this man's team, real quick. I mean, and he gets rewarded for it.
Yeah, and now he has Rashad White, with Bucky Irving out for a couple of weeks. So yeah, his team is not looking too good right now. He already, every week he has one guy that just pops off for like 30 points plus, and he just doesn't find a way to win,
Yeah, because
having that. Yeah. But yeah,
I think looking at Keshav's team though, the really scary thing is, I think the biggest strength everybody said going into the year was his wide receiver room. Jamar, Ladd, Cortland. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say Cortland Sutton's the best wide receiver in that room right now.
well, he's
Well, he's not in the room
he got
anymore.
traded.
He's not
He
in
got
that room
he got
anymore.
traded. And yeah.
And he left. I mean,
Yeah.
it's franchise mismanagement.
Wait, we're not talking about
That's
teams.
it.
We're talking about matchups. Team.
But like, what was the trade? What was the trade?
It was Jordan Mason and
DK Metcalf
DK Metcalf for Cortland Sutton
and Travion Henderson.
So we can talk about it later, but that's
Yeah.
highway robbery.
Yeah. All right. Last matchup, Code Monkey in prime time gets to win in a really high scoring battle against Ted Offensive. Code Monkey moves to 3-1, second place, looking like one of the best teams in the league. And Sparsh, he has a roster, he has good pieces, but he moves to 1-3. And there's going to be a lot of questions. Sparsh, he's been good these past couple of weeks, but he couldn't find a win this week. He was unlucky to lose, but he moves to 1-3, and 1-3 is never a good spot. So looking at the performances, Christian McCaffrey just doing Christian McCaffrey things. 26 points. Quentin Johnson looks like the best waiver wire pickup of the season so far. And, his team is just consistent. Everyone above 14 points, except for the defensive kicker, of course. But he does lose Tyreek Hill to a gruesome injury. But he has a depth, though. He has a depth, so that's good for him. And looking at Ted Offensive, really good score, but unable to pick up the win. Marion Hampton is coming into himself. Kenneth Walker looks back in that nasty split. Drake London looks like a wide receiver one again. He still got the quarterback and tight end wrong. They did ask, but I don't think it wouldn't have made a difference in the matchup. But yeah, I feel like Sparks was unlucky to lose. Tucker Kraft 2 times at the 1-yard line would have made a difference. But he has to be happy with a poor performance with 140, but disappointed with the result, of course.
Yeah, just when Ankit, I'll let you speak first.
Yeah,
Performance.
one, the league kind of hates that I cry and bitch every week about whoever I'm playing, whatever it is. I'm gonna keep doing it because it just means that I care more than everyone else. Regardless, real stressful matchup. It was the 1 o'clock window was a whole roller coaster of things. Sparsh started out really well. Then I had my own set of scores. And then Sparsh had a really good end of the 1 o'clock window with Amar and Hampton went crazy. And then even to start the 4 o'clock window, CMC and JT, they were both at like 5 points going into halftime. So, I was starting to get a little stressed. Luckily, they picked it up at the end. And honestly, JT should have had a late touchdown if it wasn't for that idiot Adonai Mitchell. So overall, just kind of happy. Kind of sucks the Tyreek injury. Thought he was trending really in the right direction, honestly, I think, as a player. So, well.
As a father.
No, he was trending in the right direction as a player. He was actually having a really good game. He had 12 points. I don't even think it was halftime yet. When he got hurt.
It was, yeah. So, like, it was right after halftime, but it was 3 weeks in a row now where he's had pretty good games.
Yeah. And the offense does look better. So we have to look out for that with Jalen
Yeah,
Waddle.
I mean, it's interesting, like, Ankit, you were a clown. One, it's because it's you, but in general, like a guy like a Kyle Pitts, who I know me and Joseph love to talk about, preseason every year, but, he really is that guy. And so the question is, Ankit, you have these assets. You can be patient, right? You have a great team, whatever. But when do you ultimately pull the trigger? But
we'll get into that later.
Squad, yeah. And then for Sparsh, for me, it's I have always glazed him maybe too much since the start preseason. I thought he had the #1 team preseason. I said his team was built to last. I think I had him higher in power rankings than everybody every time I voted. I think it's the same case here. This is a squad. Look at the bench. RJ Harvey's time has finally come. Zach Charbonnet, despite Somebody needs to send him to Mars, right? But it doesn't matter, especially Sparks wants it with Kenneth, but he looks good. Addison looks good. Henry looks good. Luther Burden, 2 catches. Josh Palmer should go somewhere else. But Broncos defense, right? Ted McMillan's the only underperforming guy, really, to me, in this room. And that's a guy that I think all of us would rather still have. So it's, you say 1-3 scared. If a team drops 140 and it's a legit 140, I'm scared. I think this is a contender, despite the loss.
All right. We'll go into our power rankings. Starting with number 12. Treyway. Consensus, unanimous last place of the voters. Just in a terrible spot. It is not only he drafted like a lot of like players that's not doing well for their ADP, like AJ Brown, and Bill, who he drafted in the 7th round, and Calvin Ridley and Pacheco, who he drafted in the middle rounds. He also has CeeDee Lamb, who's going to miss
Drafted
a few
and
weeks.
drafted James Conner too.
And James, yeah, I was going to James. Yeah, James Conner. And now he loses Trey Benson for 4 weeks minimum. So it's just not a good spot for him. It really looks like, I don't know if he's going to win a game. Like we might, I don't think there's ever been a season in our league where a person hasn't won a game, and this might be the year that happens.
I mean, like, this is worse than when I was even at my worst, and that was really bad. So as someone that knows what it's like to be ass, this is worse than ass. It's a tough spot for him because outside of Trey McBride, no one really wants to trade for any guy on this roster other than CeeDee Lamb, obviously hurt right now, but it's outside of
What
Trey
do you do? Okay, so what is he supposed to do? Just keep staring at him in his bench?
No, I agree. I'm just saying it's tough. It's like, all right, I got AJ Brown. No one fucking wants AJ Brown, okay?
AJ Brown could have been moved week 3 if he put the right
Yeah.
thing. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like,
I mean, I agree. You should have done something immediately.
listen, like even if people say no, I'm sorry, you can't go into this last week with the team he had and be okay.
To be projected what it was, to
Because-
know how bad
listen,
it was.
Listen, like let's play the best case scenario for Avant, right? Baker still continues that like low QB1 ceiling. AJ Brown comes back. I'm not even giving Bill a ceiling. Benson is that guy. Diggs is cool, right?
But
Like
Benson is out for 4 weeks.
no, I'm
So,
saying last week, right? If you go
Yeah.
into last week, that team still fucking sucks. And now we're here. It's not as good as the best case scenario. And listen, I don't even know if Sean Tucker might even outscore Bill. I mean, are we fucking serious? I'm a big Sean Tucker guy, by the way. Reminds me of a little Doug Martin. But I digress. If Ravont wants to be serious, there is I don't care if his team looks terrible this week. You need to get assets just to find a way to survive and stay afloat. It is not about winning this week. His team is so bad that he needs to find assets. Honestly, it's a question how he doesn't have another quarterback. He should be shipping AJ and Baker, getting a better quarterback if he wants, and a shittier wide receiver, and the shittier wide receiver is still probably producing better, right? Like, there needs to be progress. There is no improvement in this team. I could not go to sleep at night if this was my team.
Hey,
I think the first thing he needs to do is that with CeeDee Lamb, he needs to go to 4-0 and 3-1 teams and just beg for them to give him 2 startable assets. Just beg for him to leave.
Joseph Hong would take CeeDee Lamb in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we got
In a heartbeat.
we got 3-1 people in here right now. With the
Dude's
right
best
deal.
wide receiver is Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
and he traded for him.
Yeah. And another thing, Trey McBride, he needs to downgrade like immediately and just get a startable asset. That's it. Just get a startable asset, Trey McBride.
I'm ranting again.
Yeah.
How the hell do you have a guy like Trey McBride know that's your best trade asset? Oh, he at least has Brenton Strange on the bench, right? Can you scroll?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he should have been gone
Yeah.
yesterday.
Wait, okay. Not to like. Obviously, Ravon should have made moves, but again, I'm asked: has anyone actually like reached out to him about trading for certain players?
I've sent a couple offers, but the thing is, his team is so bad. What the hell am I giving? And he just wants startable guys, and I could have done it, but then I moved a lot of startable guys, so I can't do a trade with him now, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
I
mean,
can't.
I did ask. Actually, I won't say it now. I'll say it after.
Yeah, but your
Yeah.
team's perfect, right? Like the guys like the Ricky Pearsalls of the world are like the wide receiver twos that like, the Keenan Allens. I mean, they suck, but a Keenan Allen's his second best wide receiver, and for being
Keenan Allen is best wide receiver. He's better than AJ Brown
right,
going
I
into
mean,
this
right now,
week.
exactly,
Going
right?
into this week.
Yeah,
Not rest of season, but
I'm not.
going into this week, he is better. I
No,
mean, he's
Keenan,
0-4. You have to win.
Keenan-
You have to win. You have to start winning. Right? AJ Brown plays Patrick Surtain.
yeah,
I like he wouldn't even get into most lineups right now. AJ Brown. He's playing Surtain. Not most lineups. He wouldn't get into like the upper echelon of
but
lineups.
he's playing he's in people's flex spots for good reason.
Yeah. And I don't understand why Trey McBride is still on this team. Like on Tuesday, we're recording this on Wednesday night. On Tuesday, there had to be a move made before waivers. All right.
Shouldn't have been
That's like the bare minimum. Like that's like the bare minimum. And we haven't seen a move. We haven't seen a trade from Vervont all season long. And this is so unlike Vervont. You know, he's been such
well, it's
a
because
good
of this.
fantasy football player like these past few years. And what I've been seeing is just so unlike him.
This is where I'll defend him. It is so tough when you have this shitty of a team to sell guys because you're selling them at their low in your
But that's
head.
fine.
But that is the worst mentality of person. Buy high, sell low is such an overblown idea.
Yeah.
So overblown. Like that's just where their value is. It might
Also,
change.
the thing
Go ahead.
is, like, there are a lot of potential buyers for like tight ends. Like a lot of top teams like don't have like a solid like they have like mid tight ends. No one's like besides Mo, besides Jake Ferguson, like everyone else could definitely use some improvement. So I feel like he definitely
Dude,
could
you
potentially
go to
ship them
some teams.
all.
I think you can let him take a flyer on guys that he's putting at. He needs asset. His bench is terrible. Like even if you package a Trey McBride for like a Calvin Ridley and some guys like taking it and like you're taking whatever because like if you can just do the trade, like get it done. Get it done yesterday. Like I was giving him offers and he said it's different. I'm not trying to get into his decision making, but I think he held too long to his running backs last week because he needed them to work. So he's not going to get rid of them just because they have a chance of being something. You can't take chances. You are 0-3. You are likely to be 0-4 because he was playing fucking Sam this week. Sorry. We can move on to another team. This team doesn't deserve our attention.
We spent
This
too
team,
long.
we should have 11. We have 11 teams in this league as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Now going to number 11.
Actually,
Smooth
whoever
Jazz.
loses to Ravont this year should do their own punishment.
Dude, we said this like 2 years ago with Ankith. I remember this, dude.
Okay, but there was one week where I went off for like 170. It was crazy.
Yeah, and you kept telling people about it and nobody cared. I mean, not even a cricket chirped.
All right. Number 11, Keshav seems Smooth Jazz with Kenny G. At least he made a move. It might not be the best move. Like it might not, but at least he gets two players that can start for him. I know DK's on the buy, but Jordan Mason, he'll be good for the next few weeks. And DK, I mean, I don't really like DK,
How do you
but
trade for DK on buy? First of all, when your team is
yeah.
second of all, sorry, have to Smooth Jazz with Kenny G is a terrible name. I mean, that's
I
terrible.
was going to say that too. What are we doing?
What are we doing? It doesn't even rhyme. Like we're basing our team name off Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, that should tell you the state of his team. Kenneth Gainwell, holy cow! And then, sorry, he should have never gone into last week. He should with Jamar Chase and Josh Allen with the state of his team, and now Jamar's value has fallen again.
So last week I had offered him Tyreek Hill. I offered a Tyreek and Quinshon for Jamar, and he said no. And now here we are.
Well, I mean, to get me, he didn't take that. Tyreek cooked. So I mean,
Honestly,
No,
dude,
it would have
not
cooked.
my
That's
hope.
a terrible no. I'm sorry. That's a terrible no with the status of his team.
yeah, but like, I mean, it ended up.
Bro,
kind of-
you would take Quinshon and was it QJ? The who's the other person you?
Tyreek.
Oh no, Tyreek. Sorry.
No,
You
I would
that's
take
like
QJ.
that is a top 8 wide receiver value.
Yeah, but
Like that's
I
like a
mean,
top 8, top 9 wide receiver value before a Tyreek injury, of course.
yeah.
And Jamar Chase wasn't a top 8, top 9 wide receiver, but like last week. Like you could get Drake, you can get Nico Collins, Drake London, maybe even Neighbors before the injury, of course, with that price.
Drake London owners were snapping at that. What do you mean? Drake London owners might have just
Yeah,
done it.
Drake. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Drake London right now. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can, bro. You could have got CD Lamb. You could have got so many.
It's
Like,
this is the frustrating thing with the
yeah,
other teams, especially these two, because they're good fantasy players, but it's this reluctance to overreact in their opinion when in reality it should be
TJ,
react.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's so because they've never been in this situation. You know, me and Ankit, we've been in this situation. All right, we've been on the lowest of lows. All right, and we've been in time where Sterling Shepard was my best wide receiver, and I was just playing PPR scams every single week. We've been in. They've never been. They don't know what to do. Like that's the difference.
They have not been in the trenches, dude.
They have not been in the trenches.
They have
No one's
never
been in
had,
the trenches
they have
like
never
Yeah.
had to play Darius Slayton as a wide receiver 2 on a Sunday night, dude.
Yeah, they've never been.
Dude, forget. Yeah, that's actually so real. And instead, Keshav keeps trying to pull a different running back out of the hat and goes, "This one this week, holy cow, he played." Thank God for him. Thank fucking God, Bucky got hurt because he played Rashad 2 weeks ago with no shame. I mean, it's embarrassing.
And the most infuriating part in all this is he has averaged 120 points in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's
I'm
been.
glad he is-
He's been doing that. He's been doing.
I'm glad he's 0-2, but for those 2 weeks, because damn, he shouldn't win those. But
The thing is, I'm about to say all this. I play him next week, and it is looking bad. We
yeah,
will
you might get smoked here shortly. But
Yeah.
And the Vikings defense is playing Dylan Gabriel.
But the thing is, like, you have to say that he's in a way better situation than Vervont, and he
Okay.
has put himself.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it for the viewers. He has put himself in. He could win this week, and he could maybe win the week after. Who depends on who he's playing.
There are
So-
guys on Ravon's starting lineup that wouldn't make my bench.
Yeah, yeah. Like Vervont, if Vervont doesn't do anything, I don't see him winning a game for the rest of the season. I'll be really surprised if he does. All right, Keshav, I can see this team. I can see this team winning next week. I can see him moving to 2-3.
yeah, this
being
is
TJ.
a slinky
So
bit
yeah,
type of team.
yeah. So, so yeah.
Yo,
We'll
we'll,
go- we'll go to-
do AJ Brown and Trey McBride for JSN.
Dude, why would he do that?
What do you mean? Oh
He
yeah,
needs- he needs
yeah.
more
He
pieces.
needs
He doesn't-
more play. He needs to
yeah, he needs
downgrade.
I know. I'm
He
not
needs to
talking about
do
him
one for
actually. I'm not
twos.
talking about him actually doing that. But like, are those is AJ Brown like? What is his value now? Like, I don't even.
It's like a high 2.
Yeah, he's like a wide receiver 14, 15, 16, 17.
The issue with him is
depends on-
it's so hard to want to touch him because like he just
Bro, it's AJ. The thing is, like, he did show like he's not like cooked. His hamstring is not cooked.
yeah.
Like, it did show him in week 3. All right, that last week, like,
You're cutting out, Rishi.
bro, if you saw Devonta Smith,
Good now.
sorry,
We can hear you now.
am I good now?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
internet connection's unstable. I have to wait. But if you looked at AJ Brown and Devonta Smith's reactions after the game, they were not happy. And the game script was like way out of whack.
Dude.
Like, you know, it was a block punt.
OC sucks, but it has nothing
Yeah.
to do with games. Your quarterback should never have 0 passing yards and a half. But
Oh for
yeah.
8.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All right, we need to keep moving on though.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll go
But,
number 10.
again, these teams don't deserve our attention.
I think this team.
Keshav a little. Keshav a little.
Yeah.
Case at least did something.
All
Yeah.
right,
At
number
least.
10.
Okay. Who's number 10? Is Alvin. Alvin, consensus number 10, unanimous.
I like the
voted.
team better than people think.
I mean, I think the teams aren't bad. Some of these teams like above him, like I like the teams that we'll go into pretty soon.
Well,
Like
yeah, now we start to get into competent teams.
and the teams that can make the playoffs, make a run. So yeah. So Alvin's team, HN, Genty, you know, Genty's looking pretty good. He's been struggling, but he had a really good week, of course. Garrett Wilson's looking like a steal for his ADP. If they can throw the ball more, he'll be even better. Chris Olave, PPR scam. Judy now steps in the role without Cedric Tillman, so he could do pretty well.
We'll see.
I don't even know why Joe Burrow's
New
still on his
quarterback-
team.
new quarterback too.
What? Sorry?
New quarterback as well, so we'll see. All right.
Oh
Dylan-
yeah, that is true. That is
Isaiah
true.
Bond.
Dylan Green.
You know what? Ravont did a good job. He got Isaiah Bond.
And his bench is not looking too good, of course. He did pick up Darren Waller. But yeah, it's better than teams 11 and 12, I would
If
say.
he did not get rid of Jaden Reed or Joe Burrow, what did I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah. But yeah, what y'all thought? What y'all's thoughts on this team?
I like it. I think the thing for me with Alvin is actually he needs to fix his bench. Like if you look at this starting lineup, it's not bad, but you hope that he has a bench that can support it. But there's nothing, and I think that also prevents easy trades from happening. I actually had a Genti offer out there. It was a Emeka and Pollard. He took a while to get to it. He actually said yes, but by that time I took a Emeka for Warren. Um, we know who knows how that really stands. I do have some level of regret. That's okay. I think this team has a lot of pieces that can be moved. It's interesting. I'll ask you guys. I think Alvin's team right now should be selling, not buying. But I don't think he has the assets to really sell. Or I don't because I don't think he has the assets to buy, but so he should be selling a little. The thing is, the guys that the only sells are Achane, Genti, Wilson. I think you look to do it. Just to get more. I think you can figure yourself out later. His team is still productive. It's a good starting lineup. So if you say fuck that, I just want to keep winning. The lineup does it. It's just you can't keep going with this squad. You need some level of improvement. And I don't see it on the roster at all when I look at the bench. I don't know if this team's going to improve, and that's my problem.
I had tried Tyreek and Judkins for either Wilson or A-Chain, and he said no. Because he said Judkins is ass. So here we are.
That's
He just got it wrong. He just got it wrong. It's fine.
I personally feel like I don't think Alvin has to make a move. Like I think
He's not gonna win with this though.
I think he could like at least make playoffs. Like he could certainly make playoffs with this team, I think.
I
He doesn't have enough upside. Like
Doesn't.
that's the main thing. Like he
it's
doesn't.
three guys, unless you're.
I think he needs to fix his bench. He just needs to just have this bench with just handcuffs and dudes that could win him the league. If he wants, if he wants to attain that position, of course.
Like Alvin's ceiling in a week is really 125. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
like
that'll win you a lot.
It will.
Yeah.
That'll win you
Just so
everything.
that's the ceiling.
I don't know if he makes the playoffs. I don't think it's a playoff team, but he's not going to be last. He's going to be fine. I would trade Brian Robinson to Unkit for like 10 fab right now, and Unkit would say yes in a heartbeat, which means you could say 15, okay? And then he might say no, you could get it for 13, done deal. Open up a bench spot and start looking to better it because it's bad.
Brother,
Right, like-
he's able to open a bench spot by doing like he could drop Joe Burrow, he could drop JJ McCarthy.
I don't want to see JJ McCarthy on a bench.
Yeah.
Does anybody understand how bad JJ McCarthy is?
All right, we're and John
Yeah,
Smith.
we're rambling again. I feel like does anybody have any last thoughts or do we move on?
I'm good.
No, I mean it's a mid team, but it's better than the last two teams.
I could at least bear to look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
I could kind of go to sleep at night. I just want to
Alright.
sleep well.
Number 9 is Kirk, correct? Let me make sure. Yeah,
Didn't somebody rank me at 9? Get out, ball.
but there was. I'm gonna go into it. Like we're gonna go into it. Like, bro, some of these rankings are so bad.
Wait,
I'm
who
over
ranked
it.
TJ 9?
Do I have him at 9?
Bro, I'm kidding, it was you.
Yeah, it was you, Ankit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into Kirk's team, right?
No,
You're just the
All
hater.
right. Kirk, he's coming off a decent week with 126 points scored, but he does lose. Cam Scatterbo is looking like a great running back. He has some depth. Chuba Hubbard, Wandale might step into that wide receiver 1 role. In New York, Tony Pollard, another startable running back. So there could be some moves made. The main question is always going to be BTJ though. Like BTJ, how many points he had? Like 10 points last week.
10.
Yeah. So the thing is, BTJ, he's getting the targets. Like when I faced Kirk last week, I wasn't too scared of his team. I thought his team wasn't good at all, but his team surprised me. Deebo Samuel had a really good game. Cam Scatterbo, so many times he was close to the end zone and just couldn't get in. That could have changed a week for him. Saquon is Saquon. Mahomes looks back. Pat's
underrated by I think like the fantasy pros.
Yeah.
He's delivering.
Yeah. 27 points. And it was like an easy 27. No rushing touchdowns. Just straight 4 passing touchdowns, 275 yards. Still had some rushing yards, of course. He looks back. So this team is not bad at all. But I feel like there needs to be some improvement with the depth that he has. And there needs to be some moves made for sure.
Yeah, I like Kirk's team as well. I just think he has like Saquon and like Cam, but like he definitely can make moves for a better, and he has the pieces to do so. So like, I think this is a team that's potentially on the rise. Like he has solid depth that teams we mentioned before could definitely use. So I think Kirk's in a solid spot. And again, that Mahomes Kelsey stack might be back, question mark. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's just like I think I feel the same sentiment. It's just pieces that don't wow you, but they're actually pretty good. It requires consolidation. I think he needs to sacrifice depth to make the next move. Rishi, can you scroll down and see the rest of his bench? I only see the four. Like the Caleb Johnson, Jaden Higgins sucks. A guy like Pollard's cool there. I really do. Like a Dobbs, I'm kind of bigger on Dobbs than a lot of. I think you can like package a
I'm
couple,
pretty big on Dobbs.
get a real team for real. So
Like if I'm Kirk, I'm gonna go send Chuba and Pollard to fucking Vermont and try to get just fucking take McBride or I don't fucking
Yeah, get McBride.
now I don't think this team, as much as it's helpful, like yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a trade. I'm doing what I can to get a wide receiver one.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna urge you to right. Yeah.
I mean, BTJ still got some name value. If you want to get rid
Nah,
of him, that could be
and
something you
more
could do.
that, forget that. Even if you can't get a good deal, now this is just me being like a believer. If you don't have a wide receiver one on the roster and it's tough to trade for one, BTJ is a guy you should be keeping because there's still something there. I saw what I saw last year and that wasn't a fluke, right? It was Mac Jones, not T-Law, but I think it's a fair guy to hold, really, especially for in a position like Kirk's team.
Yeah, I really like Romeo Dobbs. He's playing in every wide receiver set without Jaden Reed for the Packers. He's always on the field, and he's Jordan Love's first read.
Yeah, he is
Uh,
every time. That's his
yeah.
go-to guy.
He's the
Fourth
red
down,
zone,
third down, third-
Yeah,
Christian Watson's coming back, or he's practicing this week.
Dude, I don't care. I'm done hearing
I-
about.
I mean, Christian
I
Watson was
tell-
never a red zone guy though. It
No,
was
I'm
always
just, I'm just telling you, that receiver room will get crowded again. But yes,
all right.
TJ, I didn't mean to have your team where I put it. It's higher.
You have this team over me? Like, are you serious?
I meant to put you at 7.
All right, we'll go into that. All right, at number 8, we're at number 8, right?
Yeah.
Number 8 is Sparsh, and the reason why he's at number 8 is because Amog ranked him at number 11, which skewed him all the way down to
Bro,
number 8.
disrespectful.
Like
Wait, Amo needs to be studied.
Bro,
for that.
11th? He just won the
You know,
league because of that,
the
dude.
thing is, he would have Sparsh would have been number 6. Like in terms of like the points process that we have. TJ at 29, Carter at 30, Sparsh at 31. So he would have easily been at number 6. But of course he goes to number 8 with that number 11 rank in his poll. But yeah, this team is obviously really, really good. He is 1-3, but I don't think that makes much of a difference. Like he could win 2 games and 3-1 team could lose 2 games, and now they have the same record. So and he also has players that can, go up, like Ted McMillan, Tedero McMillan, sorry, and RJ Harvey. So yeah, the team is really good in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's coming together for him. He just has a running back, a Seattle running back problem where one of the running backs needs to I think he would celebrate if one of them tears their ACL. He really
Stop. I'm sorry. I'm going to say a couple things. First of all, we're never going to say that in this podcast. All right.
That is true.
I'd say what he would do, but yeah.
Second of all, if Kenneth got hurt, Charbonnet is not going to be that. Charbonnet is not a great running back, and
That's not true, TJ.
Dude,
I don't
year
think he's
he
the
was
best running back.
okay.
But last year
Did
when
you just
Kenneth
say you
Walker
think
was
he's
hurt,
the
he
best
was really
running back in
good.
that room? Did you just say that out loud?
Who said
that?
that?
No one
Oh, I
said
thought
that.
you just said that. I was about to crash out.
No, I said
we just said if it's one or the other, either of them will do well.
yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Sorry, I don't want to detract too much, but if you were to only have one of them be an RB1, so like one of them gets hurt, right, and you have both, who would you rather get hurt? I think that should tell you who's better.
I mean, obviously, Charbonnet. Like you would rather have Kenneth Walker. He's a way better running back. But let's not act like Charbonnet didn't produce last year with Kenneth Walker out. He averaged like 20
Zach
points per
Charbonnet play
game.
football last Thursday. I wanted to kill myself. I mean,
Yeah,
the
but
same amount of carries as Kenneth Walker had 3 yards of carry and Kenneth had 5. And it wasn't because of big run. Like, it's terrible. The guy's fucking terrible. Somebody tell Mike McDonald and Clint Kubiak to get glasses.
yeah, I don't like what they're doing. Like they're not even giving them like drives. They're just putting them in random spots. Like
It's not even like goal line work, too.
yeah.
It's
They're just putting it like Ken Walker, you're out. You're just like
bro,
put
a
Charbonnet.
dead ass is
Like-
orange. They click the button, they look at
Yeah.
the analytics model, and go Zach Charbonnet and
And it's not good for their morale. Ken Walker was not happy that game when he was getting taken out after he just brings them down to the red zone every single time and they put Charbonnet in and does absolutely nothing. But
I want to ask you, what do y'all think about Drake London?
bro, Drake London is Drake London, bro. Like he was always gonna do Drake London
So
things.
I was reading and just like his production when Darnell Mooney plays versus when Darnell Mooney doesn't play, there's low-key a pretty stark difference.
Okay,
It makes
that's
sense.
a,
You
yeah,
need
that
to have
makes
guys
sense.
take away attention. It is not a coincidence that Justin Jefferson had his best.
No, he's talking about the opposite. Darnell Mooney got
Oh.
hurt.
When Darnell Mooney's out, Drake
Yeah, Drake London
doing
dominates.
a lot better.
Yeah.
That makes sense because he only had 4 targets week 3 against the Vikings.
I think it's an interesting thing.
They also didn't throw the ball at all in week 3. Like so
No.
that was like an outlier game.
Against Carolina. I mean,
Carolina,
I'm a big Drake London guy, transparently.
the main question with Drake London is not Drake London, is Michael Penix. Is Michael Penix going to be able to, put him in the right positions? He hasn't really looked the part, these opening weeks.
But I
And
think
because of that, they're relying more on the run with, Algier and Bijan.
Regardless, yeah. What do we think for this team though moving forward?
I think we've said our thoughts. We're all bullish. We know it's a squad. Guys like Omarion delivering is good. It can only
Yeah.
get better with injuries, not within his own team or even like a Dobbins re-Tarrant. Like obviously we don't hope for that. Dobbins does have an injury history though. Like Sparsh has the depth to compete. The funny thing is for the next couple weeks while his team's in this state, it really might just come down to QB tight end start.
If I'm him, I'd trade one of my tight ends just so I don't have to fucking deal with it anymore.
Yeah, I would drop one of them honestly. Like just get rid of one. I mean, that's a little bit too far, but he hasn't started
No,
the
you
right
trade the
one,
quarterback,
bro.
not the tight end. You trade the quarterback, not the tight end.
Yeah, I don't know what he would get for. Actually, you could trade him to Unkit. Unkit's still starting Pitts.
Like you want to hear
All right, we'll get into my glorious king later.
Here's a fun trade that should be considered. I would put Trey McBride for the tight end, the sparse value is lower, and
Yeah,
Justin Fields, and I'll throw another piece if needed. And I don't think it gets done for that much crazy of a thing because Sparsh will take the Trey McBride upgrade and he doesn't even need to worry about the headache.
yeah.
You can give it,
Rev is okay at QB at least, but yeah.
dude, get a QB1.
Baker Mayfield has been doing really well.
There's a lot of things.
No,
that
I know he has to change other things, but dude, yeah, I just hate Baker actually. That's
no more invoking that trash ass team, please.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, next team.
All right. Number 7, I think it's TJ, right?
I didn't look
No,
at
no,
it.
it's Carter. It's Carter.
I was too ashamed, to be honest with you.
It's Carter. Jaden
Yeah, why don't
Jefferson.
you do your civic
Jaden Jefferson Jr.'s mom. Another big week for him. I don't think this team is really that good, but if he just keeps having these big weeks, we might need to change our minds or change my mind. But yeah, Justin Jefferson looks back to himself. Xavier Worthy looks good. Michael Pittman looks good. The wide receiver depth with Marvin Harrison. So yeah, team's not looking bad.
To me, this is just the definition of an unsexy team, but it's not a bad team. Like, it's just not guys that are going to wow you. Montgomery's an RB2, I think anybody would take. Kyron is an RB1. He's always this guy that you want to sell, but he's always going to perform. You have JJ, you're fine. You have a Jaden, you're fine. Tight end, The flex, Pittman looks like that guy. Honestly, if I'm Kopib, I'm looking like, for some of these teams that need a wide receiver 1, like a Rishi Joseph, like it's not a bad swing to get a guy like Marvin Harrison right here. Like it really isn't, especially with his confidence up. Like I think there's actual room for Kopib to grow. Has a good quarterback in Jordan Love too. It's not sexy, but it's not bad. And I think if he keeps it like this, he's a borderline playoff team for sure. He makes it or misses it by a game.
Yeah, I believe in, the way Marvin Harrison reacted after scoring that touchdown, I believe in him now. I think we're back to Maserati instead of Mini Cooper. So
We're still on Mazda right now, though.
Nah, he Mini Cooper as far as I'm concerned, but
Yeah, I think Carter's team is looking good. It's definitely trending up, which is a similar trend we're seeing with teams that we put pretty low in the beginning. He gets Xavier Worthy back, and then you get again Marvin Harrison looked good last week. We'll see if keep it up. Although they're playing the Titans, so if they go up early, like they might just run the ball. But anyways,
Well, who? What? Amari or Michael?
That game is
Mike-
gonna be close. The
Eight's
game's
a
gonna
lot.
be close.
Eight's a
The
lot for
Cardinals are one of the
Arizona.
worst. Cardinals are one of the worst teams I've seen these past couple of weeks. Like,
but dude, Titans are worse.
oh yeah, for sure. Titans are arguably the
Hey,
worst
wait,
team.
we'll get back into that. We'll get to that
Yeah.
segment later.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he has good pieces as well to trade, possibly trade. A thought I did have was like how good this team could be if he didn't draft Joe Mixon, but that's just a thought I had.
it was such a late round pick, anyways.
Dude, I don't care. Joe Mixon's not gonna play a game this year.
I know.
Number 6, Indy and DJ. His team has taken a hit in the power rankings, of course. You know, losing Malik Neighbors. He's starting
Yeah,
Troy Franklin
real
this
quick,
week
I think my team deserves
in
to
the
see
Alec.
bench. I have bye trouble, so I am starting Troy Franklin and Alec.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I am big fans of those guys.
Wait, you're not starting Amari?
No, I might change that now. I mean, I picked
Yeah.
really, but
But I've been hearing that Michael Carter's running back
yeah,
one.
Michael Carter said what? Because the Pat Tillman thing, anybody can go from practice squad to the starter. Tell Yahoo Sports to stop fucking tweeting. Holy fucking cow! Okay, if I'm telling y'all some real shit, Zonovan Bam Knight is more likely to have an impact than Michael Carter. But that's probably me hating. That's crazy because one was a UNC, one was
He had a great preseason, I'm pretty sure.
he did.
Yeah.
He did. The thing is, sucks because Bam went to State and Michael went to UNC, and I love Michael. But
Go Pack.
anyway, I digress. Yeah, I mean, you look at my starting line and you're like, what the hell is going on? But like the way I look at my team is, I might lose this week, but I have Caleb Williams / Daniel Jones. I believe in both those guys. I'm a bit higher on Caleb. Derrick Henry, I'm still a believer. I don't care about the situation. I don't care about Baltimore. That's Derrick Henry. Until he looks like a bad back, I'm going to think he's that guy. Woody, maybe a little risky to start again another week. I mean, but I'm kind of the situation's forcing it. I like Woody. I think the reception floor didn't even show last week. Looks good. JSN, I could ooze and ooze and ooze. I might even start I'm not going to talk about what I would do. Jawan, he's a little underrated at the time. I mean, he was tight end 3, I think, before last week. Got the 3 receptions, 28 yards. What is he really? I don't know, but I'm fine with keeping it. But in general, for me, it's like I look at my team, it's JSN, Rashee Rice, and I have to figure out the third wide receiver. I think it's something I've always done a good job being able to find on the waivers, and it's something that's not too hard to find the PPR merchants or flex guys. So really, I judge my team by quarterback, RB1, RB2, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, tight end. I think 6 is apt. I don't have the quarterback or tight end that's going to wow people. I like Caleb a lot. We'll see how that stands. I like my running backs, like maybe Woody isn't this guy now. I'm pretty bullish on Woody by end of the year. JSN to me is, again, very high, and I'm a big Rashee guy, and I have other things. Like, there's parts of me that want to trade Rashee 2 weeks left, just trying to upgrade the team. What if Rashee's not as good with Xavier? I think any of those thoughts are stupid. I think Rashee Rice is a great talent. It's the things like that I worry about, but I'm a believer in this team. I might go 2-3, which sucks. I'm not going to panic if that were to happen. I believe in it. It's just going to be one of those teams that's a wild card that might make a late season run. That's kind of how I'm viewing my team. And I still think I have the depth to make moves. And I'm still very bullish. And that's where I stand. But I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts, of course.
I'm like, I meant to have you at above Kirk. Regardless, I'm not as high on Derrick Henry as you are. He's getting stuffed at the highest rate of his career currently. So outside of that week 1, he just really hasn't looked good. And the Ravens haven't as a whole either. And obviously maybe that improves as is Derrick Henry, but I think there's concern there. Woody Marks, we'll see. Obviously looked great last week, but also the most positive, or I guess the team he's playing, the game script it was, they were shutting out the team. It's a good game script for him too. Yeah, I think there's just concern about overall performance for me long term, but we'll see.
Yeah, Rashee Rice is gonna make or break this team, and in my opinion. And I'm a firm believer in Rashi Rice, especially in this situation and the Chiefs situation. And I think this team has really good depth in the flex positions. But I've been saying it all year, like the main weakness is the quarterback and tight end. And in Star 7 leagues, you need one of them to be elite to win a fantasy football league. And I really didn't like the trade that you made for trading away Emeka for Jalen Warren. I don't really I don't really like Jalen Warren. First, I think he's a great player, but I don't like his situation. I don't think the Steelers are a great offense. I think there's a split Kenneth Gainwell and him. I think you could have got way more for Emeka. Or you could have got Jalen Warren and a piece, especially with Sam's team. You could have got Jalen Warren plus maybe Jalen Waddle before last season. Uh, but yeah, like also another thing, like Sam came to me and he asked me, "Is this a fair trade?" And I was like, "Bro, like I was like, you easily win
I
that
know.
trade." Yeah,
Sam texted me.
yeah,
Sam texted me, "Why are you trading me Igbuka?"
yeah.
Then I'm looking for a running back and looking for a wide receiver. I will say I actually didn't talk about Warren. He's in the IR spot here, so I kind of slipped my mind. I I might really regret that later, and hindsight is a thing, but I'm not looking at hindsight. Like I was not a Kenneth Gainwell believer. I just slightly hated like having a rookie back there. They're always going to find a way to get touches, but the Steelers' offense looked terrible in the first 3 weeks. I'm not counting the Minnesota week. It looked terrible. Jalen Warren had averaged 15 points those 3 weeks. To me, now granted, this part could really be where the Jenga, tower falls apart. Is I thought I have a good RB1 in Derek, and I just want a guy that's going to give me a consistent forward RB2. Jalen Warren getting 5 catches a week does that for me. With getting the volume that he's doing, that's all I really wanted. Now, was Emeka worth that? No. What's shocking is Emeka was shopped a lot. I shopped him a lot to a lot of people. Emeka's value wasn't worth as high as that I thought it was, and I think ultimately what I did was I forced his value to be lower. I regret that part. I'm a big Emeka guy. I traded up for him. I mean, I think I've always been about him. I think Sam will and should enjoy him. But it's not that move that bothers me, to be honest. It's like I wasn't getting much for Tony either. But it's like I agree, my quarterback and tight end are the weakest. I traded Tony for Caleb because I thought that was the cheapest I could get a guy that has QB1 upside. And I still believe it. Like to me, it's like Jared Goff last year was startable for a lot of the season just as a pure pocket passer because of the Ben Johnson offense. Now, granted, Chicago has larger problems. They're not Detroit. Um, I, I'm just a Caleb Williams guy, and this is kind of me staking it on it. And I think Pollard in a week or two, his value is going to drop because some fantasy fucking motherfucker on TikTok is going to be like, Tajay Spears is back. He's a good buy low. Tony Pollard fucking sucks. And so, like, these guys that have unsexy names and are already unsexy teams, it's tough to move. I tried. I could have maybe tried a little harder to get a move. It's not easy. I don't think it is. I make a truly
I don't mind.
for a
I
while.
don't mind the Caleb Williams trade though. I mean,
Huh?
I'm not the biggest fan of Pollard this year. I don't like the Caleb Williams move was good. The Mecca, I did not like at all.
Yeah, I think
Like,
another thing that I don't like about the Emeka for Warren trade a little, or not another thing, the thing that I kind of don't like it is it basically uh cemented that I don't have a running back on my roster, and it's so funny because then Warren gets out, random injury at practice, I lose Pollard, and I start Woody Marks and he gives me 27 points, right? Like it was potentially on the roster, so trading for an RB2 felt a little forced, but that's okay. I live, I move on. I don't think I sacrificed that much. Emeka could have gotten me more in better position now. I don't think it's the reason that my season's going to derail or anything. That's just
no,
my
I'm not saying that. I just didn't like the move.
yeah,
But
fair.
yeah. All right, let's go to number 5. Another team that fell this week. Header Foes Reloaded. Um,
Excuse me. They put him at 5.
yeah.
He's 3-1.
The thing is also like the it's only like 2 points that separate like 3, 4, and 5. Like so it's like I think Sam with 13, me at 14, me at 15, Joseph at 17. So but yeah,
Whatever.
this team obviously gets better after the trade. Obviously. So we have the rankings came out before the trade happened in terms of like most people already submitted their polls before the trade.
But for
But
Joseph,
the
what do you
like
think?
the main yeah, you got it, Joseph.
Um, Yeah, I mean, I docked myself a couple of spots. But dude, I'm telling you, this is a curse with being number one at the polls, dude. Like, you don't, like, that week after, like, dude, you crash down. Like, it is
I
insane.
know. Just I know.
Dude, I know too, dude. I remember last year, I was number one time last year, and I won a 6 game losing streak. I remember, dude. I remember. But anyways, yeah, like, tough week for me with injuries, but yeah, I just felt like, well, me and Keisha were talking about potential trade, and like last week, it was basically the same package. It was like Mason and any receiver of mine for Cortland Sutton and Trayvon Henderson. And he picked DK Metcalf, so I was like, I mean, if that's your pick, you can take him. He
Wait,
wasn't
sorry,
gonna
sorry.
take Keenan Allen.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
It was Mason for any receiver I have for Cortland Sutton and Trayvon Henderson. Um,
So you had no preference and he picked DK. Interesting. Okay.
yeah, I really didn't have any preference. But yeah, he picked DK. I'm fine with it. Hard to part, but yeah, I could live with it. But I decided to wait a week just to see, and so but after this week with the injuries and stuff, I felt like I had to make a move. I think Keisha felt like he had to make a move as well. So yeah, we got that deal done. Um, yeah, I mean, just injuries look tough, but I think I have put together a team that can be somewhat competitive for the next 3 weeks that Lamar Jackson's out for. I'm really just kind of banking on Trayvon Henderson taking over the backfield in New England at some point, hopefully sooner than later. And then yeah, I just kind of needed a receiver on their team who's our receiver. I know Cortland Sutton is not a wide receiver one in terms of fantasy, but I just needed like
Yeah, you need
I
a good.
needed like a main guy for their team, and I think Bo Nix looks solid. I think the Denver offense looks solid, so that's why I decided to make that move. I wasn't too confident in the Steelers offense, although DK like seems like number one. I just needed like a competent quarterback throwing ball to my receiver.
So Joseph, I want to ask you, do you think there's a Brock Bowers problem brewing for you?
Personally, I don't think. I mean, I've shopped him here and there just to see what the interest is. No one seems really too interested in doing so. I just kind of seems like I guess everyone's worried about him. So I'm just like, I mean, if people are worried, then I'm not gonna like I don't feel a need to trade him. But I definitely think that like week one knock has held him back a bit. But I think in like I want to think in like 2 3 weeks, like he should be fine. Just like 100% for him. I think he's at like what 75 or 80, honestly, looking at him play. But like he's still getting targets. He's still getting good looks. So I'm not worried about it. It's just like dude, Gino is throwing the ball like some of the picks he's throwing. I'm just like, bro, like
I'm a
what are you
big
looking
Geno
at?
guy. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's
You
looked terrible this year.
go.
Yeah, like it's not even like okay, like Brock Bowers like health status. Yeah, it's not great too. It's not like great, but dude, Gino just does not look good at all.
Wait, Geno lost him the game last week by a lot. The Raiders should have dogged him.
Yeah, but I mean, their backups. Who's their backup? Kenny Pickett.
Aiden
Oh,
O'Connell,
dog,
right?
dog, no, Kenny's still in. No, listen, it's a eight. We shouldn't even be talking about the backup conversation.
Yeah,
It's
but anyways, like I'm fine on Brock. Like I can live with him. I think he's still a great talent. And looking back, I wanted AJ Brown over him, but I'm glad Ravon took AJ Brown because I would have been stuck with AJ Brown on this team, dude.
Bro, that those like three pick that like area right there was so bad.
Yeah, it was
Like
bad, dude.
Chase Brown, Brock Bowers, AJ Brown. I think Kyron was the only one that amounts to something.
which,
Like
if you were to tell me, if I was a betting man, I am. I would have nuked that Kyron would have been the worst one out of those four.
yeah. Like,
It went,
Yeah,
hold up.
biggest-
It went BTJ, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, AJ Brown, Brock Bowers,
Dude, Loki, give me Brock.
and then Josh Allen, and then Lad McConkey.
Lad
Like,
McConkey.
Oh, wait. And you skip 9 picks or 8 or 9 picks?
I went through like 8 picks. Yeah.
No, I'm saying skip 8 or 9, you get Jason.
And you get James Cook.
No, James
After
Cook.
that.
No, James Cook's around after that.
Yeah, after that, yeah.
Fantasy football, man.
But on that
Jeez.
note, real quick, like, yeah, Joseph, I'll say my final thoughts about your team. I really like it. Obviously, the wide receiver position is the one most lacking. I just think your depth and your bench allows you to do something. The thing that sucks is your depth is not great right now. I'm just believers. Ricky's been very productive. Obviously, he's hurt. I think him being out this week gives him long rest for next week. Things like that benefit you. That's great. Travis, I like Travis. I don't know what the situation is. I know Jerry Jones missed a week. I don't know if he missed last week for Jacksonville, so he's been playing more corner. I mean, Liam Cohen came out with the news last week that they're only going to play Travis at that kind of slot role. They're not going to play him in the X or the Y. I think that hurts a little. We'll see. To me, I don't know. I'm very, very curious for our viewers if they have thoughts, but I'm a huge Travis Hunter guy. I mean, I really am. He's tough to trade for right now. There's an argument he's borderline droppable,
I don't
but
know. I actually picked him up in one of my waivers in a 12-man league.
I don't
Like,
think I would ever let him go. I don't think I would ever. He is too talented of a receiver, and I don't want to get too much into this, but Jacksonville's a very good football team, despite Trevor Lawrence. Liam Cohen is that guy. I'm very, very bullish on that offense. And I think largely I look at Joseph's team. Obviously, Bijan's going to be starting, but Travion is your third running back. I'm very big on Travion, what he's going to do rest of the year. You have guys like Ricky on the bench for wide receivers that he has. It's fine. I think you have a lot there. You're an elite wide receiver away from being the best team in the league, in my opinion. Because Brock's bye is week 8. I searched it up today. Give him some rest, give him some cortisone, whatever the fuck they got to give him. I'm all in. That's
I
my
just
guy.
don't know like what pieces I could do for lead wide receiver number 1. I don't think I don't think I
No,
have the pieces
you
to
don't have
do
it
it.
yet. You don't have it yet. Your
Yeah,
bench does
but
isn't
back
the
set.
thing is, like,
uh,
you do have some depth. Like you have Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall. That's 3 wide
And
receivers.
another thing, I'll give you a small. Jackson Dart is exactly the quarterback you should be getting here. You have to go
Yeah,
for QB1 upside. That's what he proposed. That's what
yeah.
it could be.
And
You
you
got
also have
quarterback
three.
healthy.
You also have 3 running backs with Brees Hall, Bijan, and Trayvon Henderson. So you have like 6 pieces that could easily start on so many teams in this league. So like there is some depth. I'm not saying like there's no depth. There is depth in this team.
yeah, there's enough depth, but it doesn't get me that lead guy. Last point I want to say on Travis is like I agree with TJ's point. He's borderline droppable, but my whole thing is like, dude, if you spend like that have a draft pick, like I just don't
It's
see how
coming.
you just play him at corner. Like I'm back in my mind, I'm like, dude, they're gonna play him at receiver. But that's my last thoughts on my team.
Look, Parker Washington played the De'Ami Brown snaps last week and looked fucking terrible. Okay, like that's as much as they want to not give him the ball. The eyes don't lie.
All right, we'll go to number 4, which is my team. Coming off of back-to-back huge wins. George Pickens looking like a smash. Chase Brown's looking like a dud, but he did have a decent game, 10 points. Devonta Smith's not looking good at all. But yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys, share your thoughts before I get into it.
Obviously, I think you have a great, like, in terms of Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Pickens, and Tyler Warren. I think those guys are all hits. Other than that, I feel like there's a lot of I mean, Dobbins has looked good too. It's just a matter of, do we think RJ Harvey starts to eat into his carries, anything like that? I know Harvey got a lot of run because they were fucking killing Cincinnati, but I think there's some question marks outside of those top 4. So, but obviously with that top 4, you can really kind of go into any week and maybe get a win out there. But I'll let everyone else talk.
Yeah, I look at your team. It has the wow factor when I look at the names, right? Even the bench. If you don't mind scrolling down a little, like the Golden, sure. Loveland, Ali, But Blake's getting more snaps. Boswell on the bench. Great job, by the way. Don't drop him. I would have picked him up in a fucking heartbeat. I mean, it's great. I'm Tyler Warren, obviously. I know you've been big on the rookie tight ends. I think the big talk about your team has been about the wide receiver position, getting that elite guy. I mean, it looks like George could be. If I'm being super honest, I've always been down on him, so I'm still down on him. I refuse to believe he's that guy. He's a guy I would potentially look to shop to see.
Wait, hold on. You've always been down on George Pickens.
No, listen.
You always hold on.
Let me rephrase. I was the biggest George Pickens fan on draft night. But in terms of, as I've done more dynasty, I still really like George Pickens, but I would never consider George Pickens a wide receiver 1 kind of guy in my head. I actually traded Lad recently in Dynasty or in preseason because Lad to me is like not a wide receiver 1. So Pickens is really interesting for you. And I think that's the question mark for how you can upgrade your team because, I think there's a couple thoughts. If you have Dobbins, you have Gibbs, great. You have Smith, Pickens, Brown, good, great. But it's all that good, great tier. And so for me, like Rishi, you're in a cool position. You should, I don't know if you want to believe in Golden, right? Hold and then make a trade, take some losses now. Your team right now is in a very unique position to upgrade, and I think you should be looking to do it.
All right, Joseph, any thoughts? I know you ranked me really high. You ranked me at number 2,
Yeah.
which got me into the number 4 spot.
Fucking psychotic to put him at 2 though. I mean,
Dude, I just still
it was
think
crazy.
okay, again, I think there's still some like preseason bias where I had Rishi and Sam as a 1A, 1B. I honestly do think that, but like both teams are really great, so like I don't really feel bad about it. Again, I think Rishi has enough like great players, enough depth to potentially make a movie he wants. Like George Pickens looks like the one right now. Jahmyr Gibbs is great. Jalen Hurts is great in fantasy, maybe not in real life, but again,
He
he
is
hit on
actually
the rookie tight end,
fantasy
Tyler
right
Warren. So like, I think he has potential like level like A, S tier like level players in each position. So I'm confident in Rishi's team.
And we're shitting on
Yeah.
like Chase Brown, right? Like
Chase Brown that's the big, like, Chase. Okay, so everyone's like super down on these Bengals, and they should be down. All right,
They
but
look
Chase
fucking
Brown
awful.
scored 10 points last week with only 3 points scored by the team. They didn't go to the other side of like, they didn't go to Denver's half after the first drive.
and it's terrible.
Yeah. So Chase Brown he showed me something last week that he's startable for sure, just about the usage. But if they trade for a quarterback or if something gets better and this offense starts moving a little bit, also the matchups they've had is really, really difficult. And doesn't get easier with Detroit. So I mean Chase Brown could be something. J.K. Dobbins, of course, I have to be worried about J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is an elite talent. He's like if you watch him play, he is so good at the game of football. But the one thing you have to worry about is his injury history. And how does that affect not only like him just being available, but how does that affect Sean Payne's mind where, how can I play him, 60% of snaps? Like I need him for the playoffs if I'm Sean Payton, right? Like I need him to be healthy for us to win. So that's another concern. And also RJ Harvey needs to be concerned as well. But RJ Harvey got only garbage time against Cincinnati. So it's not like he took the role all of a sudden. J.K. Dobbins is still the guy there. Devonta Smith is also a huge concern because this team refuses to pass the ball. But when they do pass the ball, they are elite. Like Jalen Hurts, 29 points last week in week 3. Devonta Smith, 20 points.
How long are we going to keep saying when?
I mean, I'm just
right now that passing offense is not a when, it's an if.
No, when they do pass the ball, they're elite. They just
Yeah.
choose not to.
They're only
That's the
gonna pass-
problem.
So
They
if
can
they
pass the
pass the ball, they're elite. Not when.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
That's what
saying,
I'm saying.
when does the when become an if? Because damn it, they don't do it.
They did in week 3. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it's not looking good. I'm not saying it's not, okay. You got to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's looking so good for Devonta. I said it's not looking good for him. But I'm just saying the upside of him and the
I
downside.
promise you, the next time you should keep saying this because the next time you have a Devontae Smith week, I know you're hitting everybody with the trade and you're clicking Devontae Smith.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
come on, man.
yeah.
I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, and what I'm doing right now is helping that. All right, so can you please be quiet? All right, all right. So
My bad,
Devonta
Bob.
Smith is clearly elite talent.
All right.
Jalen Hurts can throw the
On to
football. So yeah,
two.
let's go to number 3. All right. Number 3 is Sam. I think I was this close from putting Sam at number 1. He's my number 2, but Sam has an elite team, and the main question with Sam is, can you do the things that's possible to win a championship? That's always going to be an issue with Sam. And let's not act like Sam is 4-0, 3-1. He's 2-2, and Sam has never made the playoffs. I'm not saying he's not going to make the playoffs. He's going to make the playoffs, all right? but he's 2-2, and he's never made the playoffs. And he's been in the league since the start of the league. 11 years in the league, and he's never made the playoffs. So
Wow.
that's the main concern for Sam's team. It's not the team, it's the owner himself. So yeah, looking at his team, elite wide receiver 2 in probably everyone's rankings, Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Cook, and Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving is now injured. Jalen Waddle is now the wide receiver 1 in Miami. And Emeka is looking really good. Zay Flowers looking a lot more consistent than he was last year, but now he loses Lamar, so we'll have to see. But yeah, this team is obviously really good, and like it's it's always just going to be one move away. Like it's one move away from being an elite team. Like just a team that can win a championship.
Yeah, I definitely see like potential. Again, I had him as one A, 1B with you, Rishi. I think if you gave this team to like anyone, honestly, any manager that's like semi-active at all, like this would have been like a clear-cut #1 or like #2 at least. But again, I think it's the concern with how active Sam is. I'll say it here, but like, dude, this is a team that should be trading easily for like an elite tight end.
If he's
Has
trading
a
for
No, he has
Dak,
Kittle. He has Kittle. He has
and
Kittle.
Dak and Etienne should have been shipped yesterday.
Okay, he has Kittle. Okay, never mind. But okay, even not in time, but
No,
maybe
for quarterback, Dak and Etienne
quarterback, maybe
for
better
Josh Allen
argument.
should have been done yesterday.
Maybe a
that brother,
better.
It
that
should have been
brother's
done
not
weeks
trading Josh
ago.
Allen. The
It should have
But
been
brother's
done
not
weeks
trading.
ago.
but it feels like Sam won't trade unless he knows he's winning the trade, which is kind of like sometimes like when you're trading for like the top level guy, like you gotta offer a fair trade. Like it's gotta be like
You gotta overpay.
it's gonna be, yeah, you're gonna overpay, but it's gonna be like risky for both teams. But I don't know if Sam's
Yeah.
willing to do that. Like he's turned down a lot of trades in the past where it's clearly fair, but unless he feels like he's winning it, I don't think he accepts.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Me doing what I did with my Omega trade, it was a slight overpay. You guys could argue it was a gross overpay. That makes it easier. I agree, but sorry, when we rank these teams, we should be ranking them on roster. And I think there is room for Sam to improve. Because if the thing is he doesn't do it, that's a much easier thing to fix than he makes the wrong decision. It's he doesn't make a decision, right? Like, and that's fixable. And ultimately, when I look at this roster, everybody in the league does not want to play him. That's a fact. Now, listen, you
I
have this.
want to play him.
Bro, I'm playing this week. I don't want to play him, dude.
Bro, I
You
want to
have
play him
small
every
things,
week, bro.
right? Like you have
Shut
the
up.
Zay Flowers of the world. How are they going to do without a Lamar? Right? That's real. How is I mean, he has a makeup that should be the starter. He has the Waddle, right? Let's see how Waddle really is without Tyreek. I mean, he could be a wide receiver 1, or he could
I
be
think
saying
that brother is just acid football, regardless. So we'll
Who,
see.
Waddle?
Yeah, I think he sucks. I think he's
Carolina +1. Um, and so there's different things there. And I mean, look, it's a great room though overall.
Yeah. And it's one move away though. Like you gotta get that stud. I'm not gonna tell you what to do because that costs money. So if you want to know, you gotta pay me money, of course. You gotta yeah, hit me up and pay
this
me.
guy is.
But,
I hate Rishi.
but yeah, this team is one move away for sure. Number 2 is Code Monkey. Code Monkey has really turned a corner this year, sadly. It's been so sad to see his team this good. He just hit everything. I mean, I know Tyreek Hill is just a really bad injury for him, but like from top to bottom, like every piece is good. Like he has the 2 best running backs in fantasy football. Quinshawn's looking really good. But yeah, y'all can speak on his team. You can
Do
speak
I-
on your team if you want. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, CMC and JT, I think those guys are both studs, obviously. CMC kind of fucking sucks at running the ball, but damn, that offense, he's such a PPR like Mickey Mouse player, but he's good at that. And then, I really would have loved to have a trio of receivers of Devontae, Tyreek, and QJ, but obviously you're gonna have to just roll out with the top 2 of Devontae and QJ right now. But QJ looks legit. Like it's every week, every measurable, it just looks like it's sustainable for him. He might be on the Devontae Adams type of arc because Devontae Adams sucked his first 2 years in Green Bay. Everyone wanted him out of town, and look at where he is now. So I'm hoping that's it stays at that for QJ. And Quinshawn in the most negative game script last week. I mean, they were getting fucking killed. He still was able to put up 21.5 fantasy points. So I'm really encouraged by his performance. They're handing in the ball. And then, the numbers weren't there for Chris Godwin, but he had 10 targets. They're playing a tough defense too. So I feel good about him moving forward too. So been trying to make some trades. I fucking hate Kyler Murray as my quarterback. Trying to get someone better. We'll see if that happens in the future.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet. You have a squad. You're a QB1 or slash tight end one. Not even tight end one. I'm not QB1, especially with the tight ends this year. You're a QB1 slash really wide receiver one away. And Kyler's still attractive. I think you know what you need to do. If you get it done, I'm not gonna be happy. I'll put it as simple as that. You have a squad.
Yeah, I believe in Kyle Pitts. Like,
You know what? Fuck you, actually, man. You're probably gonna find a way to blow it, you trash ass.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win. Like that's why I have him at number 3 in my rankings. Like, there's no way. Like, like it's just not gonna go his way. It's never gonna go his way.
If you want him to fail, you got to put him at 1, and then we won.
Yeah, but that's too mean. That's like a little too much. Like
Yeah,
you got to
just-
be honest
Oh,
with your number
you
one.
know-
If you're not honest with your number one, it doesn't work that way.
Me and
It
you
won't
know
work
what
that
we
way.
need to do next week.
No, you got to be honest with your number one. Like it only works when you're honest about it. If you
Yeah.
just rank a dude at number one because they think it's going to jinx it, the jinx won't work that way. You understand?
I'm not gonna lie. Sure, fine. We can talk about him.
He could easily be number one next week.
I'm saying
He's playing in prime time against, we're gonna get into that. He's playing in
Wait, hold on. That's a good segue. That's a good segue.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But he's playing in a huge matchup.
Let's
yeah.
see it right now. Let's see number 1. Let's
Yeah,
see
number one.
I'm not playing number one, fool. I'm playing Rishi.
Why? I don't spoil it.
Doesn't
Bro,
matter.
we just lost like 5 viewers, bro. But yeah.
We had 5? We had 1?
All right. Number 1, Chimera versus World, 4-0, only 4-0 team in our league. Just popped off last week, 161 points. He was a unanimous number 1 as well. His team is obviously really good. He has 3, Yes, I would say he has 2 really good running backs with Javonte and Josh Jacobs, and Chimera just also, I think he's kind of going on a downward trajectory. He could get traded and be really good, but his wide receivers, Puka, Rome, just elite wide receivers. And he just hit on his quarterback and tight end late with Justin Herbert and Jake Ferguson. So like it's the deserved number 1 after just an awesome week, beating another 3-0 team, moving to 4-0. So yeah.
I just want to say, I think that what he had draft pick 12.
Yeah.
I think that's a tough spot, to win from, I think. And he's done a really good job. So I just want to give him props for that.
Yeah, he drafted Puka and Jacobs at the 112, 201. So yeah.
I'm a big fan of this team. It's really all I have.
Yeah, but the one thing that really hurts me is like if he just got anybody else, like just anybody else except for Bo Nix or Hawkinson.
Listen, you keep saying that shit. It's time for you to grow. Maybe the TJ should, sure.
No, either of them.
No,
Bro, if you would have got
no. Bo is a QB1. He'll show that soon, and you
No,
can
Bo
flip
is-
that.
All right, I'm not the biggest fan of Bo.
I think
But-
he's terrible at the game of football, but unfortunately we play fantasy.
Let me look at this.
No, he had terrible weeks besides last week.
I'll look at this. Shit.
But what you should be looking at is 2024. I mean, 2 weeks into
Yeah. He had a good week too. But yeah, that's what but I know I keep going into that. But yeah, but his team is obviously really good. He won the championship last year, so he does have that factor of he could do it again. He's won 2 championships already, so he's going for his 3rd.
Guy is on like an 8-game winning streak right now. Dating
Yeah,
back.
he hasn't lost since like what do you say, like November 2024?
Just like that, probably, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, I did hear like 4-0 teams, they never do well. Like that's been
Dude,
like a
who the
thing I've been
fuck did you
hearing
hear
on
that from?
TikTok.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
we're not giving that
been
thought.
this,
It's
this-
time
Like what, bro?
I see these TikToks like you should
Like,
never be
did Rev tell you
4-0.
that? Yeah, probably
Two
Rev
and
told
two
you
and
that, you know?
2 is the perfect spot. I mean, I'm not 2-2, but that's what they're saying. So TJ, you're in the perfect spot right now, 2 and
All
2.
right.
Right?
Anyways,
But yeah, let's go into the waiver report. Wait, not league history, sorry. Recent activity.
Just go to the offers report because you'll also see.
Yeah, where do I, yeah, right there. All right, so top spender, Header Phillips Reloaded, spending $16. Actually more than that, 16, 22, $22 with Cardinals defense, Jackson Dart and Jalen Tolbert. And then where some like I picked up Slayton for 3, Alvin, Darren Waller for 2, Goddard for 2. I picked up for Brishard, I picked up, but I then dropped him for a kicker. I wasted $1, but yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on the waiver report?
Can't believe I didn't get Isaiah Bond, man.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Bond. That was the
That's low-key a tough, dude. Bond's gonna be tough.
yeah 7. Yeah,
I mean, because that's a guy that was a first or second round. That's first
talent. Yeah,
talent.
I have him in Dynasty, and I had picked him up off the waivers in Dynasty. So
You had really good route participation and targets last week, and now I might get a comment at QB. So maybe you know what, Rev can have it, dude. You know what, he deserves that
yeah,
if it works out. So
yeah.
yeah, I thought I could try to get Jackson Dart too, but Joseph's a fucking piece of shit. So
Yeah. So Joseph, just explain your moves because you spent 22.
oh yeah, quickly go over. I mean, Ravens defense, I'm done with, dude. I can't do with that defense anymore. It is so hurt. There's so many injuries. I had to dump them off. Cardinals playing Titans. I'm hoping that they can like do whatever teams have been doing to the Titans so far. And then Jackson Dart. I was really debating the amount I should spend, but looking at everyone's team, I was like, I don't think anyone like needs a quarterback, so I decided to drop what was that, like 8 fab. Yeah, it was nice, surprised in the morning to see him on my bench. So needed that. And then Jalen Tolbert, I just got like a shot. Just want to see what he does this week against the Jets. And yeah. And then it was on offers, but I picked up Jalen Coker at off free agency too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Steal.
Yeah.
Steal.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen Sam lose a bid.
Wait.
He lost a bid. Cardinals defense.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't do waivers this week, honestly, but there's only
you-
two guys that I
Oh, no, you
wanted.
didn't.
There's 2 guys I really wanted. Yeah, that's all right. That's all I'll keep it at.
Okay, let's go to our week 5 matchups. Starting with our prime time matchup.
I mean, we know the team, so let's just look at the projections and pick a side.
Yeah. So Code Monkey, it hurts a little. So me versus Ankit. I play him in 2 leagues actually, uh, but yeah, it's our prime time matchup. It's something that we've been looking forward to and for a long time. Me and Ankit,
Scroll
a lot
down.
of lot
Is
of
it
shit.
actually a 16-point projection difference?
Yeah, he's projected for a lot of points.
Who
But
are
yeah,
the
I
defense
got
kicker?
Ankith.
Can you scroll down defense kicker real quick? Oh, you don't even have fucking Boswell. Give me Ankith.
all right, Ankit.
yeah, I mean, I'm taking myself. I think we both have some tough matchups this week, for all of our players, but I'm still taking myself. I fucking despise that I have players playing on Thursday night, like important ones too. Makes me either wake up on Friday just
It's the
pissed off.
worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes a difference. And I win is not close. All right, let's go to and Ankit hasn't beat me in 4 years as well. So we'll go to the next matchup.
That can't be true.
No,
That can't
you
be-
haven't. You haven't beaten me since before you finished last place. Like
Dude, when Reese says shit like that, you just nod your head. He's right. Every time. All right, Kamara
All
versus
right.
Robert Stevenson and White Guys.
Yeah,
Robert
Kamara versus
Stevenson and White
Aurora.
Guys changes his name after this week. How are you naming your team after Ramondre Stevenson?
He lost all his white guys got hurt. Or his Cooper Cup.
Yeah, that being said, I'm going against the projections like I did last year. I'm taking Alvin again.
Dude.
I'm gonna take a Mo.
I think Unkit should be fired for what he just said.
I'm taking Alvin as well. I mean, Alvin starting McLaurin and Trey Tucker. Yeah, having some bye week problems. I like the matchups for Alvin. I like Garrett Wilson against Dallas. I like Achan versus Carolina. The Indiana rushing defense
Wait,
hasn't been
fuck it.
good
I'm
either.
with y'all. Sorry, I'm
Jared
sorry.
Goff
Stop game.
at Cincinnati. I
Give
really
me
like that
Alvin
as
at
well.
All
home.
right, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
I
play.
Alvin
got
at
Al-
Thank
I
you.
got Alvin. I think it's going. I think the undefeated teams has to lose at some point, and I think Alvin wins this. So yeah, another one of our primetime matchups. This is our 425 matchup. America's game of the week. Nangali's Niners at Header Foes Reloaded. Joseph's missing some players due to bye. I'm guessing, right? Yeah, Bijan his
Three.
best player, and Sam loses Bucky Irving for the week. So yeah, just going into it, I think Sam is going to win. I think his team is just better as of right now. So yeah,
Yeah, I got Sam winning by around 20 here.
I won't
I
talk
think
about
Sam wins too. I'm not gonna lie.
bro, you
Yeah,
can't do that.
I mean,
I got
bye week trouble and injuries, like I just can't do much about it.
give me Sam.
Man, Joseph's gonna be sweating Travion
Very
Henry.
curious for Emeka versus Seattle though. That secondary.
All right,
Oh fuck.
all right. We got Keshav and TJ Smooth
I'm gonna
Jazz
pick
and
Keshav. I'm saying it right
KG,
now. I'm gonna pick Keshav.
Indy and DJ.
No, I got TJ. I got TJ.
I got Keshav. Yeah.
I gotta be honest, like
I mean,
I-
if TJ doesn't believe he's gonna win, of course I gotta go with
Wait.
Keshav.
I mean this wholeheartedly. I think TJ wins.
Yeah, I think TJ actually wins.
Dude, Detroit is gonna get to the Cincinnati QB so fast that brother's not scoring points.
But I'm not worried about that, dude. I'm worried about Woody Marks, Troy Franklin, and Alec Iamano. I'm worried about my team, okay, dog? I'm not worried about the left, okay?
No, also they can put up points, like not Jamar Chase or like
Oh,
everyone
to,
else.
to me, the difference maker is truly going to be what Derrick Henry do I get?
No, dude. The difference is the Vikings defense.
Yeah, against Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel first start
Brian
international.
Flores-
Holy
against Brian
cow.
Flores. They got to step.
Yeah, no, TJ
Dylan
lost.
Gabriel first start against Brian Flores. How do you bench Joe Flacco against?
But will we be seeing TJ and Keshav with the same record and going into week 6?
That makes me
I-
sick. That makes me sick to my stomach, please.
TJ, please.
Alright.
man.
All right,
He's going to talk mad shit.
we have our 1 o'clock matchup that no one's gonna watch.
All right, there's nothing to discuss. All right, Kirk, we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
agree.
Kirk wins.
That was
We
easy.
can move on, we can move on, we can move
Yeah,
on.
Kirk wins.
Rev, maybe you might score.
Stop giving him airtime. Stop
maybe,
giving him airtime.
No, I'm just saying he might score 75. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
the
we have another primetime matchup. Sparsh at Copbib, Ted Offensive at Jane Jefferson Jr.'s mom.
give me Sparsh and let's go home.
Yeah, give me Sparsh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got Copbib.
Sparsh.
I got Copbib.
You got Copbib? All right.
I'll take that with you. I'll take
Actually, Montgomery.
I'll
Montgomery's in a good
take
spot.
-3.5. It's exactly what the line is
Okay, what are we doing it for?
for one fab.
Bro.
All right, I'm in. yeah.
But that just means like I have to go log in, go to fucking fab,
yo,
and give him
fuck off.
$1,
Fuck
bro.
off, Commissioner. I don't give a damn.
All right.
I just released him on live television.
All right, that are matchups. Winners and losers of the week in terms of teams. Start with you, Ankit.
What do you mean winners losers?
Wait, no.
Like- Okay, I'll start. All right. My winner of the week has to be Sam. Highest score of the week. Now he gets Jalen Waddle in a great position. He has great depth. He gets the Mecca from TJ. And my loser has to be TJ. He loses his first round pick. And yeah, he's kind of declining right now. So yeah.
My winner of the week is me, and let's move on.
Who's no loser?
My loser of the week is Ravon because he's a fucking loser.
Okay, Joseph.
That's a bore.
TJ because he lost the league is a loser, and then winners Amo on last undefeated team.
All right, TJ.
Loser is Ravon. I just need to remind him. And then winner, I'll give it to Unkith. Quentin Johnson really proved me wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, you were frying.
Right.
I spent $12 on it.
And okay, last thing, my surprise of the week is me beating Ankit, and it won't be close like it is every single year. So yeah.
My surprise of the week is actually I'll let somebody else go. I gotta think.
Uh,
Oh, my surprise of the week is Woody Marks scoring 20 again. It's not really a joke.
my surprise of the week is I'm gonna be Rishi, but both our teams underperformed this week.
My surprise of the week is, let's see, Quinshawn gets 20 points despite playing the Vikings defense and having a new quarterback.
All right. Anything else or
TJ, do your bet. What do you want?
last
So,
All right,
folks,
TJ, put out Carolina
start a
plus
little
one. Do it.
segment to end it. Betting take of the week. Let me tell y'all. I'm not gonna. I can tell you on my play of the week and tracking, but I'll give you guys a more formalized answer next week. We're gonna start this now. I think it's a tough week. A lot of fun spreads out there. Tough to guess. We start Thursday night. Rams 8.5. A little too much to me.
but go quicker, bro.
But ultimately, the side I like the most is if Jaden Daniels is playing. A lot of me says takes Commanders 2.5, plus 2.5, or plus 3. The Chargers are not that good. I love Justin Herbert more than you. I love Justin Herbert more than your friend who loves Justin Herbert loves Justin Herbert. The Chargers not a great team. So we're gonna have
Wait,
to.
you understand the Giants are going to move to 2-3. But yeah. I think that wraps it up, guys.
Wait, sorry. One last fact for the bettors out there. Saints are 0-4 and are favored by 2 against the Giants. Teams that are 0-4 that are favored in the last 15 years are 1-7-1 against the spread.
Yeah, now they're
Oh,
two.
Giants
Now they're
bet.
2-7-1.
No.
Yes.
Teams that are favorites. No, it's Saints -2. So
Yeah, I
it'll-
know. Now they're 2-7-1 because Giants won. Oh no,
No.
sorry. Oh, 1-7. Oh, I'm tripping, bro. Now they're 1-8-1.
8-1,
Yeah,
exactly.
my fault. My
Watch
fault.
out for that. So for
Yeah.
the sharps out there that think the Saints are the side to take, pay attention.
All right, guys. That wraps it up. I appreciate y'all for stopping by and listening. And let me know any thoughts, any ideas in the comments. So yeah, I'll catch y'all next week.